Let's get to the NBA and the Eastern Conference Finals, please, between the Boston Celtics and the Indiana Pacers. Last night, Jaylen Brown, the $304 million man, dropped 40 points on the Pacers, while Jason Tatum and Derek White added 23 points each in the 126-110 victory over Indy. To make matters worse, Pacers all-star guard Tyrese Halliburton, a third-team All-NBA player, by the way, left the game in the third quarter with left hamstring soreness, the same hamstring that cost him 10 games in January. The Celtics have taken a 2-0 series lead heading into Indianapolis this weekend. Series is over. Let's get that out the way first. Secondly, it's just a matter of whether or not Indiana is going to get swept or not, or are they going to win a game. Is it going to be a sweep, literally? Is it going to be a gentleman's sweep? Because I don't think Indiana is winning both games in Indy. I don't see that happening. The Boston Celtics are clearly the best team in the Eastern Conference, and we get all of that. There's no intrigue here, okay? Even with Porzingis out, the Celtics are doing their thing. And I'm of the mindset that Indiana, they're just limited in what they're going to be able to do because they're not a good defensive team. Now, obviously, when we talk about Jaylen Brown, that's a different subject. This man is the highest paid player in the NBA. He's got the largest contract in the NBA, rather. He dropped 40 last night. He hit the big-time three-point shot from the left corner in regulation of Game 1 to send the game into overtime. He showed up in the finals 2 years ago on a level that's indicative of his star power, his star caliber abilities. Jason Tatum did not. When he got the $304 million, everybody and their mother was talking about how Jason Tatum is going to get, his $300+ million. You're going to have two players taking up $600 million. All right? Remember, Celtics went on a 20-0 run late in the first quarter into the second quarter. Trailed 27-22 before the run. You see it right there. This is what they do. Boston Celtics are that elite. But we've had questions about whether or not they'll win the championship because they engage in too much one-on-one basketball. They seem a bit too sporadic at times on offense. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum still haven't learned to play off one another. It's my turn. Now it's your turn. Now it's my turn, as opposed to them playing with one another, two-man ball against some competition, which they usually dominate. So that's unfortunate and that's challenging. But nevertheless, the Boston Celtics, as predicted, will represent the East in the NBA Finals. I don't think anybody's doubting that, barring a catastrophic injury. I can't see anybody beating the Celtics, meaning the Indiana Pacers, because that's all that's left in the Eastern Conference. Can Dallas and Minnesota beat Boston? You damn right they can. So it's going to be real interesting to see what happens. And that's what we have to stare at. Here's the real story, though. Jaylen Brown is pissed off that he didn't make the All-NBA team. Now, I'm looking at this, right? And I want to be fair to him because the brother is special. He can ball. But I'm looking at the first team. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, my MVP. Nikola Jokic, Luka Doncic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Jason Tatum, his teammate, who's the Boston Celtics' best player. Look, what are we saying here? You're going to remove Jason Tatum. You're going to remove Luka Doncic. You're going to remove Giannis Antetokounmpo for Jaylen Brown. You ain't doing that, so he don't belong on the first team. The second team, Jalen Brunson, Anthony Edwards, Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, Anthony Davis. I think you can make a legitimate argument for Jaylen Brown versus Kawhi Leonard. I think you make a legitimate argument. Not Anthony Edwards, not the way Minnesota was looking most of the season. And he's the leader of the squad, and Jaylen Brown is not. But if you wanted to keep Jaylen Brown off of it, right, then we got to look at the third team. LeBron James, Steph Curry, Domantas Sabonis, Tyrese Halliburton, Devin Booker. Well, Devin Booker and them got swept in the first round. Sacramento didn't even make the playoffs. Neither did Golden State. And the Lakers squeezed in as a play-in and got bounced in the first round in 5 games by Denver. Boston Celtics had the best record in basketball all year long. He's the number 2 option. I understand this. I just don't know who you move off of this in favor of a guy who's the number 2 option on a team universally recognized as the best in the game. You got Derek White and Drew Holiday in your backcourt. You got Porzingis as your center. You got Horford coming off the bench. You got Jason Tatum as the number 1 option. So Jaylen Brown is absolutely pissed. I just don't know who you move off of this. So it's going to be interesting. If you're Jaylen Brown Here's how you resolve all of this. You go to the finals, and whether it's Kyrie and Luka or whether it's Anthony Edwards, you bust their ass. If you do that and you win the championship, and dare I say you play better than Jason Tatum, because you've been playing better than Jason Tatum throughout these playoffs, but you do it in the finals and you win the championship, we won't be able to leave Jaylen Brown off of no All-NBA list again. Not in favor of cats that win the play-in tournament or didn't even make the playoffs. Can't happen. Or get swept in the first round. Can't happen. Could happen now, though. Could happen now.